go. He's running all the way back to the left to the 5-yard line, stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, 0-0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Good afternoon from Londonderry High School in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Today, the HighlightGuy.com and the NFHS Sports Network brings you coverage of New Hampshire Division I girls volleyball. We have two of the best teams in the entire state. Today, it is the defending champion Bedford Bulldogs visiting the Londonderry Lancers. My name is Brett Bossy, joined today by Brad Craik. And Brad, rematch of the title game from last year. Bedford, the two-time defending champions. Londonderry trying to take the crown from them.
Yeah, and this will be the second time they've met this year. Bedford beat them over at their place earlier in the year, and both teams are a lot better than they were that time. It should be a really, really great game. Two of the premier teams in the state.
Bedford comes into this game at 15-2, the number 2 seed in Division I. This is their last game of the regular season. Londonderry is right behind them at 14-2 in the number 3 position. They have a game remaining Tuesday at home against Keene. But one thing of note for Bedford, they have not lost to a team from the state of New Hampshire. They've been very aggressive in their scheduling in the season, playing some of the best teams from around New England. They lost to 2 highly ranked teams from Massachusetts. That's in the loss column.
Yeah, I think, same thing. Other than the Bedford Londonderry game early in the season, both of these teams have kind of followed that pattern. Have played, I think Bedford will play 6, the maximum number of games against out-of-state teams, and I know Coach Doherty and his Londonderry team have played a handful of teams out-of-state as well. One of their only couple of losses, I think, to a really, really talented Bishop Feehan team that I know Bedford played as well. So nice to see, some of the best teams in New England, crossing state borders and playing each other.
Bedford is actually coming into this game on a loss. They fell to Wachusett, Massachusetts, 59-53. A couple of days ago. Wachusett, I believe, the number 2 ranked team in all of Massachusetts. So again, playing very high-level competition. And as you said, this is a rematch of a game that Bedford won about a month ago on January 13th, 43-38. That was very much a Bedford style of play. They are very aggressive on the defensive end. Then they took control in that game in the fourth quarter, outscoring Londonderry 18-11 after the Lancers held the lead at the end of 3.
Yeah, this, again, matchups make for great games, and I think what you'll see for anybody who's watched this Bedford team over the last number of years, particularly the last couple of years, just tremendous guard play. Tremendous guard play with, Sarah Muir and Annie Zink. And I think it all starts for this Bedford team with them on the defensive. The defensive pressure they apply for 32 straight minutes is exhausting. So it'll be awfully interesting to see how Londonderry's 3 guards, their big 3, handle that defensive pressure. And, I think if they can handle that defensive pressure, they got a really good shot. Nobody's really been able to handle it yet, though. So kind of a tale of two styles, and it'll be interesting to see which one wins out here today.
Bedford starting lineup. You mentioned the 2 guards in the backcourt, the seniors Annie Zink and Sierra Muir, the co-captains. Muir averaging 11 points per game. Also in the backcourt, Juliet Laws as a sophomore at 11 a game, had 14 against Londonderry last month. In the forecourt, it's Eva Zink the younger sister of Annie and Mel McCarthy on the inside. We will bring you the Londonderry starting lineup after our national anthem. Looks like we'll get right into it here. No anthem here today, so we will bring you the Londonderry starting lineup, led by John Doherty. The Bedford head coach is Kevin Gibbs. And now we will bring you our national anthem.
We have Miss Nyla Karen representing the Lancers, who will sing our national anthem.
Bedford and Londonderry, a potential playoff preview coming up in just a minute. Stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys upcoming live streams. Subscribe to the Highlight Guys Sports Network and our YouTube channel today and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to thehighlightguy.com, choose the live stream page, and click the buy button. For YouTube, search the Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance. We also want to welcome everybody who's watching on the NHIAA network. Starting lineups for the Londonderry Lancers. They are led by a lot of experience. 3 seniors in the starting lineup. Brooke Ekret, co-captain, along with Brooke Wilson and Sammy Sullivan. She is their dominant scorer, the 10th player in program history to reach 1,000 points. That happened earlier this year. Ekret had 30 points against Nashua North on Tuesday. The other starters, Alyssa DeNovo, a sophomore, and Gemma Murray is a junior. Bedford won the first game. They won the last game of the year last year. That was the state championship game, so Londonderry is looking for revenge. The jump ball is batted around a little, but controlled by Londonderry. They move from left to right here. On the drive, that's Sammy Sullivan out to the corner. DeNovo for 3. That one won't go down. The offensive rebound by Gemma Murray. And a second chance opportunity here as that one goes down by Wilson. Quick 2, and it's 2-0 Londonderry on top. Here's a strong drive by Annie Zink, and a foul is called. That will go to Gemma Murray. So 2 from the line for Zink, averaging about 6 per game, more than 300 assists in her career, had 11 points against the Lancers back on January 13th. First free throw was off the back of the rim.
That's going to be interesting to see. You know, I think in that first game between these two teams, you know, Sammy Sullivan did her thing. You know, uncharacteristically, you know, offensive game for the other two guards in their lineup. But you know, you mentioned, you know, Brooke Ekret earlier this week against Nashua North hung 30 on them. If those 3 kids can be productive at the same time offensively, I think this is the best offensive team in the state. So again, we mentioned before, just tale of two styles here. It'll be kind of that Bedford defensive pressure against those big 3 scoring for Londonderry, and this game's got all kinds of postseason seeding implications.
Bedford trying to get on the board. Missed pass across the half-court line, and it's an over and back violation as Londonderry with some strong defense to start things off. A minute played, leading 3-zip. Both teams with a turnover in the first 60 seconds. Londonderry very aggressive and not afraid to use a bit of a height mismatch as they have a lot of athleticism on the court. There's a quick three by Murray. It is short, and Zink grabs the miss. Fans wanted a turnover there, but no call made. Here's an entry pass, stolen, and that is a turnover. Brooke Ekrit with the steal. Quickly down the floor, into the corner, DeNovo, out to Murray for three. That one is short. Rebound goes over to the far side. That is Mel McCarthy down the floor, and it's Julia Laws with a fast break bucket.
And just as soon as I say that about Londonderry maybe being the best offensive team in the state, you know, I think Juliette Laws has had an unbelievable sophomore season for Bedford, and you know, really key for them in some of their big games, and you know, balance gives them balanced scoring. They got, you know, Mel inside. They've got the two guards that can score the ball. Eva Zink can score the ball, and Juliette's emergence as a scorer and a kind of a third guard has really helped this team along.
Ekrit with the turnover underneath the baskets to give it back to Bedford as they will try to take their first lead of the game, trailing 3-2. This is Annie Zink on the dribble, passes to Muir in the corner, going baseline down into McCarthy, and she gets two. Nice move by McCarthy to get the basket off of the feed from Muir, and Bedford's on top for the first time today. Quick drive, Londonderry again working with pace. There's a left-handed floater up by Brooke Ekrit. It misses, and McCarthy grabs another rebound.
Nice to see Mel back in the lineup. She had a knee problem, probably missed close to half their games this season, and has been back for a couple weeks now and really rounding into form at the right time of the season.
Sammy Sullivan grabs a missed three-pointer, and Londonderry will try to regain the lead. McCarthy missed 7 games, including the one against Londonderry last month. Here's Sullivan inside, a nifty move for 2. And Londonderry's back on top. Bedford moving quickly down the floor. There's a quick fire three in transition by Muir. It misses, and the rebound cleared by Sullivan. So both teams working quickly here to start things off. 3 minutes gone by. It's Londonderry on top 5-4. How many whistles so far today? Here's a three by Ekrit. It's off the heel of the rim, and the rebound taken by Muir. Londonderry 1 for 5 from three-point range to start things off. They are not afraid to go from outside. There's a traveling violation. Drag the pivot foot. Annie Zink turns it over. Founded in 2019, Luke's Bar and Grill has grown quickly thanks to loyal guests and an incredible staff. Their mission is to provide a welcoming space with great food, refreshing drinks, and an atmosphere that always feels like home. Whether you're here for dinner, drinks, or just to unwind, Luke's is constantly evolving to make every visit better. Find them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. Londonderry gets a break there as the ball was dribbled off of Sarah Muir, so the Lancers keep it. 4:32 to go in the quarter. Both teams only 2 field goals. Londonderry 2 for 8 to start things off. We've seen a few turnovers on each side.
Yeah, look, these teams have played a lot of basketball against each other over the years. These coaches are familiar with each other. I would be surprised if anybody really lit it up offensively today. They're both sound defensively, and they just know each other so well. Points are going to be hard to come by.
Ekrit loses the ball. That is 4 turnovers already for Londonderry, and back come the Bulldogs. Annie Zink over to the far side. That's Juliette Laws for 3. First triple of the game for the Bulldogs, and they regain the lead 7-5. This is Sullivan, 40 feet from the hoop. Going with the left hand, down the lane, up to the cup, draws a foul. Strong drive, and that will get Sullivan to the line for 2.
She's just awfully tough. You know, you saw her, she opened the game up with a 3, got to the rim, you know, can really score at all 3 levels, and it's just a difficult matchup for anybody.
Sullivan first free throw is off the back of the rim. Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance on the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or at 603-465-1102. Sullivan makes 1 of 2, and it's 7-6. Bulldogs with a 1-point lead. There's an offensive rebound by Sarah Muir. She misses both shots. And the rebound taken away by the Lancers. That was Gemma Murray with it, and then she just throws it away. Some half-court pressure. Bulldogs get by it. That's Annie Zink with a chance, and a miss is taken by Sullivan, who clears it away. So the defense is starting to pick up now, and we get a timeout called by Kevin Gibbs.
Not a ton of scoring, but great pace. Great pace so far. Both teams trying to get up and down, establish themselves offensively. Like I said, it's I'm not sure anybody's going to be scoring 80 points today. These teams can both score it, but again, they're both so sound defensively that it's probably going to come down to a fourth quarter game and who can make shots in the fourth quarter.
Bedford is 3 for 8 so far. Londonderry 2 for 8. 3:09 left first quarter. Bulldogs with a 7-6 lead. EarthTech Systems is a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their innovative solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but also help customers save significantly on energy costs. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. Lancers, a bit shaky offensively. Again, we mentioned 2 of 8. They've also turned the ball over 5 times in the first 5 minutes. So they want to get their offense in gear. This is a team that outscores their opponents by about 20 a game, but Bedford outscores theirs by almost 30 per contest. They have kept 9 teams under 30 points, including a handful under 20 this season. Very strong defensively, so Londonderry with their work cut out for them. Sammy Sullivan up top, going to her left, finds Wilson, baseline jumper goes. Wilson's got 5. And the Lancers back in the lead. Eva Zink over to Muir. Now it's Laws, skip pass up top. Strong drive by Zink, and she draws another foul, so she'll go to the line. That will go on Ekrit. Make that Sullivan her first, team second. So Juliet Laws to the line for 2. The first free throw right through. The Laws with the game high 6. Laws receiving interest from several Division I teams. She's a 70% free throw shooter on the year, averaging about 11 a game. Also strong on the defensive end, gets her hands on a lot of passing lanes and ends up with a lot of steals. Give her 7 there. Bulldogs 2 of 4 from the line. They lead at 9-8. Already seen a few lead changes so far today. There's a good crossover dribble by Murray. Looking to the near side. Mia Bucco seeing her first action, and she draws a foul. Looked like that was Laws with the reach in. So give her her first foul, team second. Sullivan now working to the right side of the lane, up 4-2. She can create offense out of nothing, and she got it there, and Londonderry's back on top. 2 to go here in the quarter. Dribble entry. Now a nice pass into McCarthy. Her shot is short, might have been deflected, and Wilson takes the miss. So Londonderry stepping up on the defensive end here. Trying to build on a slim 1-point lead. Pass knocked into the Bedford bench. They're finding some success getting Sullivan on the outside and using that dribble penetration.
Yeah, she's just such a hard kid to check. You cannot play off of her outside the 3 because she'll just stroke it and she'll knock the 3 down. So you get up into her, and she's so strong and quick that she can get to the basket when she wants to.
Bedford to the bench for the first time. Grace Wolf checking in. There's a baseline jumper by Wilson. It doesn't find the bottom, and the rebound taken away by Muir. So back come the Bulldogs. 90 seconds left in the quarter. Left-hand dribble and pass to Wolf in the corner. She'll look up top. Eva Zink straight on 3. Rims in and out. The rebound taken by Bedford, Sarah Muir, but then she is called for traveling. So good job there by Muir to get the offensive rebound, but she dragged that back foot trying to put the ball back up, and it's Lancers' ball up by a point.
Yeah, a little bit of three-quarter court, full court pressure here from Bedford. Again, I think trying to keep the game sped up and seeing if they can get into Londonderry's legs.
Here's Sullivan up top, working right side of the lane. Too strong with the runner, and the rebound taken by Eva Zink. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. And no shot clock, so Bedford can basically do what they want. They'll take a quick three. It's Zink in the corner. That's too strong, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Bedford, so the rebound goes to Londonderry. Bedford now 1 of 5 from three-point range, as are the Lancers. And now a whistle on the inbound, and I believe we'll have a turnover there as an inbound violation called on Londonderry. So turnovers already 6 so far, still here in the first quarter. Down to 40 seconds left. So McCarthy, slip pass up to Eva Zink. Now Annie loses the ball out of bounds. So both teams turning it over a little bit. Earlier start than normal, 12:30 tip. This game was supposed to be last night, but with that storm coming through, they rescheduled it. And now Londonderry with a chance to potentially hold for one last shot.
Yeah, we'll see if they try to just go quick or, well, there you go. There's your answer right there.
Egret all the way, coast to coast 4-2, and it's a three-point game. 20 seconds left, 12-9, Lancers up by a three. Now to 12 seconds, Bedford will hold for the last shot. Zink looking to work off a McCarthy screen. Pass it to Muir, far corner. She'll try to drive baseline, sealed off by Wilson. Now a drive by Eva Zink, pass into the corner. Wolf for three at the horn, won't go down, and that is how the first quarter ends.
Good solid quarter, both teams actually. You know, it's going to be a really good game.
If you like what you're seeing and hearing with our live stream and you think you'd like to advertise with the Highlight Guy or just want more information, contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com. First quarter in the books, Londonderry on top of Bedford, 12-9 on thehighlightguy.com and the NFHS network.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation,
Second quarter about to begin here in Londonderry, and it's the home team Lancers with a three-point lead over Bedford, 12-9. Want to thank everybody for watching on the NFHS network. Welcome to the Highlight Guy Sports Network live stream. Thank you for joining us here on a chilly Saturday afternoon. Bedford to start. Entry pass into Mel McCarthy, and that's a nice look for two. McCarthy up the pass from Muir, gives her fourth point, and the Bulldogs are back within one. There's a throwaway as Brooke Wilson and Brooke Egret not on the same page on that pass. That's the 7th turnover for Londonderry today, and 30 seconds gone by in the second quarter. Bedford will try to regain the lead. We already had several lead changes in the first quarter as the teams were on the odd number. This is Eva Zink on the drive, getting around Sammy Sullivan. Can't get it down, and Sullivan takes away the rebound. Sullivan trying to do it herself there, loses the handle. Ball on the floor, held ball. The possession arrow will give possession to Londonderry, so they avoid the turnover there. Sullivan had 22 against Bedford last month, had 22 against National North in their last game on Tuesday, and so number 22, that's the magic number. Here's a drive by Ekrit, who had 30 last time out. A 3-ball by Wilson, won't go. Loose rebound, and McCarthy finally picks it up. She let that sit for a little bit. And there's a turnover as Sullivan got her arms up into the passing lane, rejecting it like a blocker at the net in volleyball. Great play there by Sullivan. Been the star of the show so far today for the Lancers. 6:40 left in the half. Drive by Murray. Kick out. This is Bucco for 3. Rattles out. The rebound, McCarthy. And then there's another steal. Back come the Lancers. 2-on-1. The layup won't go down for Ekrit. And McCarthy another rebound. And then a foul underneath. McCarthy starting to rack up the rebound. She's got 5 to go along with 4 points. The foul on Gemma Murray. That's her second. 6:22 to go. Bedford with the only points of the second quarter, and a defensive struggle so far, 12-11. Bedford was 3 of 12 in the first quarter. Londonderry 5 of 12. Both teams 50% from the free throw line. McCarthy, skip pass out to Wolf. Here's a look into the corner. That is Sarah Muir for her first basket, and it's a 3. And Bedford is back in the lead. 14-12 as Bedford has put up the first 5 of the second quarter. There's a pull-up 3 by Murray. Won't go. The rebound, Bucco. Londonderry 0 for 3 from three-point range here in the second quarter. Now we get a timeout called as John Doherty wants to talk things over as they were a little bit out of sorts on that trip. So a timeout for the Lancers. 5:41 left in the first half with the Bulldogs leading 14-9. EarthTech Systems is the local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal is to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. It was Londonderry up 12-9 at the end of the first quarter. But the Bulldogs have scored the first 5. Londonderry 0 of 4 from the field here in the second. And they find themselves trailing now 14-12. And this is the last game of the regular season for the Bulldogs. They will likely be the number 2 seed. Concord Christian is ahead of them at 16-1. They just have 1 game left. Londonderry could fall to the 4 with a loss today, they would still be the 3 seed, given a tiebreaker over Nashua South if they're able to at least get 1 win in these last 2. Trying to take care of business here this afternoon, trailing by a bucket. Brooke Wilson along the far side. Now to Brooke Ekrit. Marked up closely by Muir, who's been, pun intended, a Bulldog on the defensive end. Now it's Sullivan on the outside. Looking back to Wilson on the baseline. Ekrit up top, driving into the lane, up to the cup. Short with it. The rebound taken by Muir. She's got 5 rebounds, doing very well from the guard position to clear away misses. Also with 3 points, couple of assists. Here's a near turnover on the baseline. Loose on the floor and stolen. Sullivan ends up with it. So that's turnover number 7 for the Bulldogs, and Londonderry with another chance to tie or take the lead. 4:45 to go in the half. Londonderry still has not scored here in the second quarter. And then they turn it over as the pass just off the mark, out of bounds along the baseline. That's number 8 for them. And it's Bulldog basketball up by 2. Annie Zink on the point. Crossover dribble. Up to Muir. Looking into McCarthy with the left hand. Got the friendly roll. That was a nice drive by Mel McCarthy to get 2, and it's a 4-point lead. This is the largest of the game for the Bulldogs. 4:15 in the half. A 7-0 run for Bedford here in the second quarter. Ekrit driving the left side of the lane. Foul on the floor. They'll get Muir with a body contact. A non-shooting foul, so possession for Londonderry under the basket. Bouvier prepare. Excuse me, if you're looking to play sports in college, you can let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, film sporting events, and live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star. Let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com and email Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started. Halfway through the second quarter, Londonderry still trying to get on the board. Trailing 16-12. Here's a drive by Gemma Murray. Can't get it down. The rebound by Grace Wolf. Down the floor comes the Bulldogs. A follow attempt by Muir. Can't get that down. Wolf the offensive rebound, and then a tie-up. Boy, Muir has been all over the glass today. Six rebounds so far. Now McCarthy into the paint. Contact, good, and a foul. Mel McCarthy now with 8 points. She puts Bedford up by 6, and she'll look for more from the line. Bedford 6 of 7. Or I should say 4 for 7 from the field here in the second quarter. And she makes the free throw to make it a 3-point play and a 7-point game. That foul went to Brooke Wilson, her first. (19-12), a 10-0 run to start the second quarter, and there's a steal. A turnover at the half-court line. Eva Zink has her pass deflected out of bounds. That was just an interception, like a free safety jumping a route. Great play there by the Bulldogs to create another turnover. And then they throw it away as that's a steal by Mia Bucco. Trapped under the basket, but she's able to get it away. Londonderry trying to get back into this game, down by 7. There's a nice crossover dribble by Gemma Murray to get 2, and they needed that one. Fast break basket makes it a 5-point game. 3 to go here in the half. That is Muir, shot blocked, taken by Sullivan. Quickly down the floor, that's Ekrit for 2 and a foul. So back-to-back baskets by the Lancers gets them back to within 3. The foul on Laws, that's her second. Ekrit with her 4th point, and she'll try to make it a 2-point game. So just like that, Londonderry has responded. Ekrit just outside the top 10 at 13.5 points per game. Can't get the free throw. The rebound by Juliet Laws. She'll try to go coast to coast. Good and 1. Juliet Laws now with 9. And the lead is back up to 5. That foul goes to Mia Bucco, her first. Team second with 2:47 remaining in the first half. Grace Wolf set to check in, but she'll replace Laws if this free throw goes down. Shot is up and in. Where we have a violation, so wave off the free throw. Lane violation on Bedford, so the free throw will not go down, and now Wolf checks in for Laws. 2:45 left in a 5-point game. Bedford used a 10-0 run to go up by 7. Here's a dribble drive, the kick out, knocked out of bounds by Bedford. Hungry for a meal that really hits the spot? Luke's Bar and Grill serves up juicy burgers, crispy wings, and a full menu of favorites made fresh every day. Pair your meal with an ice cold beer or a handcrafted cocktail and enjoy it all in a warm, welcoming space. Luke's is the perfect spot to relax and connect. Stop by at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or see the menu at lukesbarandgrill.com. Held ball after the miss. So Londonderry keeps it on the arrow, down by 5. 2.5 left here in the first half. This is Sullivan. And a lot of success with her at the top of the key, working both sides of the lane. She'll drive, kick out, near side. Bucco tries a 3. That one is long. The rebound is taken away by Zink. So back come the Bulldogs. Londonderry just 1 of 10 from 3-point range, and Annie Zink ends up with 2. And the Bulldogs really starting to put it together offensively. They have 14 here in the quarter. 14-4 the advantage. in the second quarter and leads back up to 7. Murray trapped outside, now finds Bucco. They'll run a little weave action. It frees up Ekrit getting to the cup. Short arms the shot. The rebound again by Muir. Back the other way. It's Wolf getting the offensive rebound. And then she's fouled. Grace Wolf has done a great job off the bench, averaging 4 points, 4 rebounds off the bench. Already has 3 boards today, and now she'll try to get 2 from the line. Fouls on Bucco. It's her second. No one really in foul trouble today. It's the first free throw. Rattles around and drops. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. 2 of 2 from the line on that trip, and this is Bedford's largest lead of the game, 25-19, as Londonderry nearly turns it over at half court. Brooke Ekrit tracks it down. Sammy Sullivan now trying to find something along the baseline. Marked up by Sarah Muir. Minute 10 to go. This is Sullivan inside. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound and a kick out. Far side 3. Ekrit gets the roll. That's a big offensive rebound by Brooke Wilson, and then kick out to Ekrit for the 3. First 3-pointer of the second quarter as Wolf finds herself open underneath, can't get it to go. McCarthy, offensive rebound, and then the shot is blocked, but then that results in a held ball. So the possession arrow stays with Bedford with 48.7 to go. Big difference here in the second quarter as Bedford's really clamped it down defensively.
Yeah, again, that's their calling card. You know, they'll from time to time struggle a little bit to score in small stretches, but the thing that's consistent about them is they will always play defense.
Dribble penetration by Eva Zink. Out to big sister Annie. Here's a look by Wolf. Corner 3. That one's long. Rebound Eva Zink. Trapped inside and a trap. Turnovers again, the story for both teams. Bedford with 9, Londonderry with 9, but now the Lancers potentially a chance to hold for the last shot. Under 30 seconds to go, trailing by 6, and they just want to get out of this quarter staying in earshot.
Yeah, and again, I think you got to continue to play through Sammy Sullivan.
It's been working so far today. More successful in the first quarter as they get it to her on the side. Trying to work inside, and then there's a foul underneath. Just a second team foul. That one goes to Grace Wolf, her first, so side out for the Lancers with 11.8 to go. They'll inbound under the basket. It'll be Gemma Murray bringing it in. Ekrit, who's starting to get her offense in gear. Up from 10, the runner won't go down. The offensive rebound taken by Allison DeNovo, and she'll get a trip to the line. 6.4 left. DeNovo will try to bring her team back to within 4. First free throw goes. Londonderry 2 of 4 from the line today. Bedford's 5 for 8. DeNovo makes 2, the lead 4. Bedford with one last chance. 5 seconds left, looking to Wolf along the baseline, into the paint. And a foul with less than a second to go, and Wolf will go to the line. Big break there for the Bulldogs as they're able to get the foul, and the officials say she was in the act of shooting. So 2 more for Grace Wolf. That foul on DeNovo, that's her second. Wolf already 2 of 2 from the line today, misses the first. .2 left, so really can't do anything even on an inbound or off of a rebound here. So this will be the last play of the first half. The second free throw rattles around and drops. So .2 on the clock. Wolf with 3, and that's it for the first half. Bedford dominates the second period play, outscoring Londonderry 17-9, and they take a 26-21 lead into the locker room. Londonderry did well to respond to that 10-0 run to stay within a couple of possessions here.
I think if you're Londonderry, given where the first 5 minutes of that quarter went, being down 5 at the half, you're probably okay with that. You probably take that. That thing could have gotten away from them quickly. They were down 9 or 10 and hit a couple of shots to sort of stay close here. So still anybody's game at halftime. And again, first one to 50, right?
Yeah.
First one to 50, I think probably has the advantage here.
Maybe the first one to 40, depending on how the rest of this game goes. That's really Bedford's MO. They are not afraid to turn this one into a meat grinder, but they exploded for a pretty good output in the second quarter, and that's where they stand, up 26-21 at half. We will take a bit of a break, come back with the third quarter in just a few minutes here on the HighlightGuy.com and the NFHS Network.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Hi, this is Terry Queenan from Earth Tech Systems Geothermal. We're in Nashua, New Hampshire today. We just finished putting geothermal in this historical home built in 1937. Let's go in and check it out. We're now inside the house. These are the two well lines coming in. There's one 500-foot borehole. This is the piping. This is the flow center that moves the water to the geothermal unit, which is over here. This is a very simple, high-efficiency system made by water furnace. This is the return duct, and we have the unit in place here. This is the water furnace 7 series that's in this home. This is the return air filter. Those are the pipes coming from the non-pressurized flow center. The blower is on the top, the compressor's on the bottom. Very quiet machine. This is a storage tank that makes very warm water. The water goes from this point into an on-demand tankless when there's a call for showers, cooking, etc. So not only is the customer going to save an immense amount of money, they're going from about a $1,300 a year oil bill to be on target right now for about a $300 geothermal bill, and the well is directly under me. If you'd like to learn more, check us out on our website, earthtechsystems.com.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Halftime here in Londonderry, and it's the defending state champion Bedford Bulldogs with a 5-point lead, 26-21 at the half. Londonderry led this game 12-9 at the end of the first quarter, but the Bulldogs responded with a 10-0 run to start off the second quarter to take that lead, and then it was back and forth from there. Londonderry got it back down to 3, and then the Bulldogs responded with a couple of baskets to get it to as many as a 9-point lead. And now it's 5 as we get ready to start the second half. Mel McCarthy leading the way for Bedford, 8 points and 6 rebounds, or 9 points and 6 rebounds, I should say. Sarah Muir, a great two-way game, 3 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists so far. Londonderry led today by Sammy Sullivan, 8 points and 5 boards. Brooke Ekrit has 7 for the Lancers. It will be Londonderry basketball to start the third quarter. Brett Bossy, Brad Craik here with you at Londonderry High. And the third quarter is underway. Gemma Murray, quick drive, handoff dribble to Sammy Sullivan, stopped at the free throw line, kick back out. It's Murray for 3. Yes, sir! Gemma Murray with it.
That's a great start. She had 2 in the first half, struggled a little bit. If you're Coach Doherty, you really like to see that.
Leads back down to 2 as Londonderry has come out much better than they did at the start of the second quarter. On the drive, Eva Zink sealed off, kick back out to her sister Annie. Now it's Sarah Muir. Thought about a 3, takes a 3. It's high off the heel of the rim. The offensive rebound goes to Annie Zink, and then she's fouled, and she'll shoot 2. That was a big basket for Londonderry, just their third three-pointer of the game. They're now 3 for 11 as they shot 32% from the floor in the first half. The foul went to Gemma Murray. It's her second. Free throw up by Zink is good. Bedford now 7 of 11 from the line today. Second one, also good. Zink puts Bedford back up by 4. She'll be going to Middlebury College, a D3 school in the fall. A lot of college commits on this Bedford basketball team. Second possession here for Londonderry in the second half. The three-pointer won't go down, and a foul on the rebound as Sammy Sullivan went over the back. It's her second. No one with more than 2 for either side. Pretty clean game so far, and Bedford back with possession up by 4. Minute played here in quarter number 3. Annie Zink finds her younger sister. Eva back to Annie. Stutter step move. Stops from 12. Can't get it to go. The rebound, Brooke Wilson. And then she turns it over. Here is McCarthy underneath for 2. Annie Zink found McCarthy after the steal. And Bedford is back up by 6. That's 10 turnovers for Londonderry today. Bedford with 9. So both defenses have been strong. A great move by Sullivan to get 2. She's in double figures now with 10. Quickly down the floor come the Bulldogs. This is Laws, can't get the layup to go. The rebound Ekrit, and then she's fouled from behind.
Yeah, you know, I think if you're Coach Doherty, like as we talked about in the first half, I think good things are going to happen when you play through Sammy. Whether she scores it, sets somebody up, I'd really try to, play through her. And if you're Bedford, you look on the floor at how Londonderry's matched up. Mel McCarthy's got a nice mismatch. Be interesting to see if they try to get her the ball down on the block and let her go to work a little bit.
Muir with the rebound off of the missed 3. Fakes a 3, drives inside, moves to McCarthy. She'll get into the paint. Kick back out. Muir open, thought about a 3, but will instead drive the baseline, and then she traveled. So Bedford had a couple of chances to take a shot there. They end up with the turnover, and Londonderry back with it, down by 4. Stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys upcoming live streams. Subscribe to the Highlight Guys Sports Network and our YouTube channel today, and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to thehighlightguy.com, choose the live stream page, and click the buy button. For YouTube, search the Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance. We also want to welcome all of you who are watching on the NFHS network.
Sorry about that, Coach. I like what they're doing. Sammy's got the ball in her hands and kind of getting their offense initiated. I really like that look for them.
5.5 left in the third. Bedford by 4. They've led by as many as 9. Londonderry led after 1. A floater by Murray won't go down, and the rebound taken away by Muir. She's now with 9 rebounds today.
Yeah, there's Mel on the block.
They lob it into her, through a double team, up to the rim, and a travel. Thought she got fouled, but she's called for steps, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, I thought she got fouled as well, but I still like the look. I like the look. She's got a physical advantage down there, and again, she doesn't have to score it, but I think if you make that Londonderry defense collapse down on the post, they'll get some looks on the perimeter.
11.6 rebounds from McCarthy today, but called for the turnover there. Now we get a foul on the drive by Brooke Ekrit, and she'll go to the line. That foul called on Sarah Muir. Foul on the floor, so no shots there. 4:54 left in the third. Londonderry trailing by 4. Trailed by 5 at the half. Entry pass into Sullivan. She gets fouled and she'll shoot 2.
How many is that on Eva Zink? I think that's her foul. Is that 2 on her or 3?
We'll find out in a second. That was on Eva Zink, so yeah, that's her second. So no one with more than 2 for Bedford. Sullivan to the line, trying to expand on a 10-point afternoon so far. First free throw is down. EarthTech Systems is a premier provider of heat pump technology, specializing in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but also help customers save on energy costs. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. Sullivan was 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. Bedford back with it, up by 3 with 4:40 to go. Eva Zink finds room on the left side of the paint. Can't get the layup down. McCarthy the offensive rebound. The put back, good, and a foul.
She's awfully tough down there.
McCarthy working on a potential double-double. She's now got 13 points and 7 rebounds, and she puts her team up by 5. The foul is on Brooke Wilson. That's her second. Just hard for anybody on this Londonderry team to match up with her. Not only the size she provides, but the athleticism she plays with underneath. And she affects that shot. The rebound, Sarah Muir, that is her 10th, and then she's fouled by Gemma Murray. So the foul's now starting to rack up here. 4:20 left in the third quarter as John Doherty talking with the officials. Maybe not a fan of that foul, but now it's Bedford up by 6. Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call them at 603-465-1102. Three-pointer missed by Juliet Laws. The rebound taken by Brooke Wilson, but then she traveled. Fell to the floor and couldn't get rid of the ball. Call for steps, and 11 turnovers now for the Lancers. Halfway through this third quarter. That's Annie Zink with the drive. The block out of bounds by DeNovo. Bedford up by 6. Trying to creep this lead towards double digits. Their largest lead was 9 about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah. I know Mel can hit that 3, but I'd love to see her down on the block.
Shot is short by Laws. The rebound taken by Sullivan. Now Sammy Sullivan trying to run the offense herself. Again, that top of the key penetration produces another basket. Sullivan now with 13, and they needed that one to get it back down to 4.
There's Mel on the post.
Whistle and dragging the pivot foot. Eva Zink with the turnover. Got to be careful there. When you make that move, you have to make sure you put the ball down before your feet leave the floor. She didn't there, and that is a travel. So now Londonderry down by 4. They trailed by 5 at halftime. It's felt like Bedford has been in position to pull away, but Londonderry still within 4 points.
Yeah, look, I don't think anybody thought this was going to be a blowout one way or the other. This will be a fourth quarter game for sure.
Ekrit trying to drive through the middle, through contact, and will shoot 2. Foul on Bedford there. That one is on Annie Zink. It's her first. Third team foul here in the third quarter. 3:05 left, and Ekrit will try to bring her team back to within 2. First one up and around and in. Ekrit now with 8, averaging just under 14 a game. Second free throw for Ekrit. Can't get the roll. The rebound taken by Eva Zink. So 1 of 2 there. Bedford or Londonderry now 5 of 9 from the line. Muir skip pass to Annie Zink. Entry pass into McCarthy. Triple team. That leaves somebody open. It's Muir. Far corner 3. Bingo!
That's it right there. Right? You play inside out. Ball moves well. You got a wide open 3.
She's got 6 to go along with 9 boards, and the lead is 6. Ekrit with a high dribble. Murray thought about a back cut. Offensive rebound as Brooke Wilson got her own miss and then is fouled from behind. That's 14 fouls, so still on the floor. Next one will result in free throws. Both teams will be in the bonus on the next one. The foul goes to McCarthy. It's her second. And, or no, that is 5. So now we'll get a timeout called as Kevin Gibbs, the Bedford head coach, wants to talk things over. His team does lead by 6, but Londonderry trying to get back into the game. They'll have 2 from the line on or after this break. When you step into Luke's Bar and Grill, you're stepping into more than just a restaurant. It's a family-owned and operated spot that's been serving the community since 2019. Their motto is simple: never forget where you came from. With a commitment to good food, great service, and giving back, Luke's is where neighbors become friends. Visit them today at 142 Old Laurel Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. So 2:23 left third quarter. Londonderry hanging in this game, and sometimes that's the thing with defensive matchups. Even if you're in command, you never really get that lead up too comfortable, to a comfortable margin. So Londonderry really just one good run away from maybe getting the lead back.
Yeah, look, and look, they're streaky. So that they got 3 kids that can shoot the 3, and they can go on a 10-0 run in no time. But Bedford's just so darn tough defensively that you just got to keep this thing within two or three possessions going into the fourth quarter, I think.
2 free throw misses don't help. Here's a look inside, a miss, but McCarthy is there for the putback as she gets the offensive rebound and the follow. McCarthy now with 16 and 9, and the lead's back up to 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure they can guard her.
They haven't been able to yet, as there's a quick missed 3-pointer and the 11th rebound from Muir. And then Bedford turns it over as they throw it away. Londonderry has to find something from distance. They're now 3 of 14 from long range. Bedford's 3 for 10. There's Murray, as we have 1:45 left in the third. Good crossover dribble to get Ekrit room. Now looking for a high screen from Sullivan. Goes the other way, up to the cup. Strong drive for 2.
Yeah, look, I think Londonderry, you've seen in the third quarter here, they've really done a nice job attacking the basket. They're not shooting it super well right now, but they've had some success getting downhill off the dribble, and until those shots start to fall, I think when in doubt, just put your head down, try to get to the rim.
Grace Wolf comes in. She'll replace Juliet Laws. As with about 80 seconds left in the third quarter, Londonderry trying to cut into a 6-point deficit. There's a quick fire 3 by Ekrit. Can't get it down. The rebound loose, out of bounds, and it goes to Londonderry.
Nice hustle right there.
Loose ball found a soft spot on the floor. Bedford player tried to corral it, but couldn't get around a screen, and Londonderry keeps possession. Sullivan trying to drive.
There you go.
Wild shot, but she got contact on Zink.
Yeah. I think that's 3 on Zink. again, I think they're spreading the floor nicely. They're attacking the basket. Working for them right now.
It's been Sullivan and Ekrit and not much else. Combining for now 24 of the team's 33. Sullivan's got 14. Third quarter's been even. Londonderry can't get the free throw there. The rebound goes all the way to half court. It's to Annie Zink, and then she's fouled on the fast break attempt. Annie Zink to the line for 2. Some missed free throws here again for Londonderry. 3 of 8 in the third quarter, so they're missing some opportunities. That foul went to Brooke Ekrit. That's her first. Both teams in the bonus now here in the final minute of the third quarter. The first free throw up by Zink and out.
You jinxed them.
We'll get a timeout here by John Doherty and the Lancers with 63 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs leading 38-33. If you like what you're seeing and hearing with our live stream and you think you'd like to advertise with the Highlight Guy or just want more information, contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com. Steve Cody, doubling as our producer here this afternoon as we are moving towards the end of the NHIAA Division I regular season that will officially come to an end in the middle of the week. Londonderry will play Keene Tuesday night. This is it for Bedford. Their season is done, and they will be a high seed. Outside chance at the 1, but likely the 2 seed going into the tournament for the 2-time defending state champions. They've been in the championship game 4 straight years. So they're used to the spotlight.
Yeah, we'll talk at the end of the quarter. The seeding stuff's kind of fascinating, depending, I think, I'm not smart enough to understand all the tiebreaker rules and so forth. I think regardless of who wins this game, that you're looking at the 2 and 3 seeds, barring, Concord Christian having a major hiccup, which I don't expect them to have.
Annie Zink makes the free throw there. So that makes it a 6-point game, 39-33 with under a minute to go in the third. Londonderry now looking in for Sullivan, up over Eva Zink, and she gets it in for 2. That was a strong putback by Sullivan to make it a 4-point game. And a good feed from Ekrit. Under 40 to go. Eva Zink sealed off, finds Muir. Flare pass to Wolf, driving baseline, ball knocked away, and Bedford keeps it with 28.7 on the clock. Bedford can hold for 1 if they want. McCarthy at the free throw line. Now it's Annie Zink up top to her little sister. Left alone on the perimeter. She decides not to shoot. Now we're down to 15 to go. Zink on the drive. Over to Annie Zink. A 3 is missed, and the rebound taken by Wilson.
6 seconds here.
Londonderry with the last chance here in the quarter. On the drive, and she gets fouled. Chance for 2 to cut it to 2. That foul to Annie Zink, her second. And Ekrit will try to cut this lead in half from the line with 1.8 seconds remaining. Free throw goes. But Ekrit now with 11. And Londonderry is kind of hanging in there. Again, Bedford unable to put them away here. These are 2 teams, as you say, Brad, very familiar with each other. As the free throw is missed, McCarthy the rebound, and they don't get the shot off by the end of the third quarter. And that is it for a very intense third quarter play, one where the Lancers cut into the lead. They trail 39-36 after 3. Fourth quarter coming away next on the HighlightGuy.com and the NFHS Network.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game.
Back here at Londonderry High School, an ovation for Brooke Ekrid at the end of the third quarter. She scored her 1,000th career point, joining her teammate Sammy Sullivan, now the 11th player to put up 1,000 in a Londonderry Lancer uniform. And that has helped Londonderry cut the lead to 39-38, or 39-36, I should say, as we get ready for the fourth quarter. So Londonderry were trying to flip the script from what Bedford did in the first game. Londonderry led that game at the end of 3, but then the Bulldogs came up with an 18-11 fourth quarter to get the win. Bedford will start things off here in the fourth. Both teams haven't used their benches much. Grace Wolf, the only reserve to come into the game for Bedford. It's been Mia Bucco, the only substitute for Londonderry, as they get an offensive rebound. Grace Wolf with the miss, and then the shot up by Sarah Muir. So Wolf with the offensive rebound and the assist, and the lead's back up to 5. This is Brooke Wilson up top, finding Bucco along the baseline. Has her pass stripped away and stolen by Sarah Muir. Trying to go all the way, and she's fouled. Ekrit with the foul from behind, and Sarah Muir, who has had a whale of a game this afternoon, will have a chance to give herself a double-double, already with 11 rebounds, and she has 8 points. That's Ekrit's second foul, as Muir will try to get 2 from the line. The first one off the back of the rim. Bedford now 8 of 14 from the line. Second one up and out. Offensive rebound, another offensive rebound, and finally Eva Zink puts it in. 3 chances at the basket. She finally gets that to go. And the lead's back up to 7. That's a tough break for the Lancers. They got the missed free throw, but then gives up 2 offensive rebounds, and finally the third chance is the charm. Sullivan inside, double teamed and traveled. Allison DeNovo back in for Mia Bucco. Again, only 6 players have come in for, or have played for both teams, so they are leaning heavily on their starting 5. Under 7 left in a 7-point game. Lob entry into McCarthy, off the mark and intercepted. 15 turnovers for the Bulldogs today, 6:40 to go. Londonderry trying to get back into it. Sullivan thought about pulling up for a 3, instead gives over to Ekrit. Ekrit looking to cross over Muir. Now up to DeNovo. Baseline Wilson, nice back cut. Ekrit up with the left hand, can't get it to go, and the rebound by Wolf. It was a good look, but just couldn't get it down. Skip pass over to the far side. Annie Zink fakes a 3, comes inside, back over to the near, and it's Muir. 4-3, got it! There's your double-double, 11 and 11 for Muir. And it's a 10-point lead, the largest of the game.
7-0 run to start the quarter by Bedford.
Under 6 to go. There's a quick fire 3 by Murray from distance. That was an NBA 3. That's a big one as it brings them back to within 7. Now a drive, Annie Zink for 2. Zink doing it herself there. The offense starting to pick back up. Here's a long outlet down the floor. Sullivan tracks it down. 5:30 to go in a 9-point game. Driving baseline. Looking to the near side. DeNovo wild with a 3. And the rebound by Annie Zink. Londonderry has hit 1 3-pointer in all 4 quarters. So is Bedford. But the Bulldogs now up 9 and looking for more. Muir, entry into McCarthy. Shot is blocked, but the rebound up by Wolf. And she'll get 2 from the line. EarthTech Systems is the local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal is to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. Now we see a substitution for Londonderry. Alana Lopriori comes in for the first time today as Wolf gets the free throw to go, and that makes it a 10-point lead. Lopriori, a sophomore guard, seeing her first action with 5 minutes to go in a 10-point game. Londonderry needs baskets, and they nearly turn it over at half court. The ball straddling the midcourt line. Now a double team and a timeout at half court as John Doherty saw what was happening there, and Londonderry lucky not to turn it over on that possession.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Doherty right there.
So they will try to get something going here, trailing 49-39 with 4:52 remaining in the fourth quarter as Bedford has gone out to a 10-3 start in the fourth. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, film sporting events, and live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star. Let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. Haven't been able to get to Sullivan and run that play from the top of the key. Bedford's done a very good job negating that offensive set.
Yeah, they have. And again, I think, I'm not sure. They're so tough defensively that it sounds easy from up here to, but, maybe put the ball in Sammy's hands, let her bring it up the floor instead of trying to come and get it in the front court.
Here's a three by Sullivan. Can't get it. McCarthy with her 11th rebound.
So again, if you're Bedford, right, time and score, 4.5 minutes left. You don't want to slow the game down and not play, but I think you want a really good look every time down the floor at this point. There's Mel on the block. I love that look for them right there.
McCarthy traveled as she lost control of her pivot foot. Some contact with Wilson, but it results in a turnover, and back come the Lancers. They're now 4 of 18 from three-point range. They have to start hitting some shots here.
Yeah.
Good defensive stop on that trip, but they trail by 10. In the near end, it's Wilson. Flare pass to Ekrit on the wing. Will dribble back up top. Driving right side of the lane. Wilson wanted to shoot a three, but was sealed off. Now it's Ekrit. Ball knocked away into the Londonderry bench, and they'll keep it with 4:06 to play.
Yeah, look, you can see right there how well coached Bedford is defensively, right? Those guards against most teams are good. Those are going to be wide open threes on those dribble handoffs or on those little flare screens. But everything is contested right now, and if you hit contested shots, you shake someone's hand. But they're really doing a nice job defensively.
Looking to work with some urgency. This is Lopriori spits out a three and another rebound by McCarthy. She has been dominant today. 16 points and a dozen rebounds.
Major difference maker today.
3:45 to go. Bedford starting to salt this one away. This is Eva Zink. Finds Laws. Room inside. Can't get the layup. Foul on the rebound, and that will go to Londonderry as the foul, I believe, is going to be on McCarthy underneath. Or just out of bounds, so give that ball to the Lancers with 3:30 to go. Lopriori will try again from the other side. That time it's good.
That's what they need, right? They're going to need to hit a couple threes down the stretch.
So first basket brings it down to 7 with 3:18 to go. Laws, far wing, working up top, goes behind the back.
I think there's Mel down on the block again.
They have two players on her.
Demanding the ball.
They're ready to double team if she ever gets a touch. She'll look to set a high screen. Muir takes it. They switch off. Ekrit on her now. Eva Zink over to Laws on the far side. 2:52 to go. Laws drives baseline. Can't get the basket. McCarthy the rebound. And it's a held ball. And the arrow goes to Londonderry. So a break for the Lancers with 2:47 to go. They're trying to make a comeback here in the latter stages. Down by 7, but still hanging in there. Largest lead today was 10. Murray around a screen, up with the left hand, too strong. Lopriori the offensive rebound, and then she fouled on the putback.
We're going to call that a great pass by Brooke Eaker right there, right?
So that foul goes to Annie Zink. It's her third, and now Lopriori getting some key minutes here at the end after not playing in the first 3 quarters. She misses the first free throw. Londonderry 7 of 16 from the line today, so they've left some points on the board, and they get one there. And the lead is 6, 49-43 with 2.5 left. Laws near wing, McCarthy trying to post up. Instead it's to Eva Zink up top. 2:15 to go. Bedford, no reason to be in any hurry here. No shot clock, so they can take their time. Eva Zink over to Laws on the far side. She's now 40 feet from the basket, has Lopriori matching up on her. Laws will back out, and Bedford will now play a little bit of keep away.
Smart by Bedford. You know, no shot clock here in New Hampshire, and you know, that's just spreading the floor, and they're going to make Londonderry come out and get them.
And the foul is on Gemma Murray. It's her 4th. Just the 2nd team foul. Or 3rd team foul, so they have 1 more to give with 1:57 to go. And now Mia Bucco will come in for Lopriori. Good stint off the bench. Again, coming in cold after not playing the first 3 quarters, and had a good little stint there.
Yeah, gave him some good minutes. Crunch time here.
Under 2 to go, and there's a foul by Sullivan, and that's not who you want to give that foul. That's her 4th. 1 more, and she's out. Got to be careful here with 1:52 to go.
She and Murray both with 4, I think.
Indeed.
Yeah.
2 of their top 3 scorers along with Ekrit. And now here's a drive by Annie Zink. She'll just pull it away and come back out, and now a foul on the outside. That's Ekrit, so it will be Sarah Muir going to the line. So they play the foul game with 1:45 left. Sarah Muir, 11 points and 11 rebounds this afternoon, has played a very effective game on both ends if she gets the first free throw.
How many timeouts does Londonderry have left?
Believe 1.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. They play a little offense, defense here. You know, with Sammy and Murray, just to try to protect them defensively and, you know, let someone else pick up fouls.
2 of 2 from the line, so Muir now with a baker's dozen, and the lead's up to 8. Those are big free throw conversions for the Bulldogs. Ekrit, kick out. Lopriori is back in, trying a 3, can't get it. Laws the rebound, and then she's fouled. So Bedford now starting to feel it here, up by 8 with 1:32 to go. Bring the family, bring your friends. Everyone feels at home at Luke's Bar and Grill. Enjoy live music 3 nights a week, trivia and music bingo, and pop-up events for the whole family that make every visit something special. Whether you're here to relax, laugh, or celebrate, Luke's is the perfect spot to connect and unwind. From the first bite to the last laugh, Luke's makes every visit memorable. Come join the fun at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or plan your visit at lukesbarandgrill.com. Laws in double figures now with 10 as she makes the first free throw. And the lead now at 9 with 92 seconds remaining. Laws up with the left hand, 2 of 2. So they're making their free throws late, and the lead's back into double figures. Londonderry running out of chances here. Lopriori thought about 3. Will instead drive and turns it over. Laws with the steal, and she'll now just back out. And Bedford will work clock, and she gets fouled by Lopriori on the outside, and another chance here for Laws at the line to help put this game away. Lopriori's first foul, and with 1:14 to go, it is all but over here in Londonderry. Laws just made 2, gets the first one there. 6 of 9 in the 4th quarter. There were 9 of 16 from the free throw line in the 4th quarter in that game back on January 13th. Laws now with 13. And as we come up on a minute to go, the lead is the largest of the game at 12 as a drive there by Gemma Murray creates contact, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah.
So a quick move there by Murray to get to the line, and she'll try to make it a 10-point game with 1:07 to go. First one, around and out.
think if memory serves, Londonderry had 36 at the end of the third. So, Bedford doing a nice job holding them to 7 here in the fourth quarter.
Very strong defense by the Bulldogs as they missed 2 free throws there. Eva Zink with the rebound. And now we're down to a minute remaining. Near steal in the forecourt. And that will be a turnover as the foul goes to Eva Zink. That's her 4th with 58 to go. So Priori back in for Bucco, so they switch offense for defense with under a minute left. Eva Zink will come out as that's her 4th foul. Grace Wolf back in. Londonderry looking to move. Far side Egret. Zink in front of her, trying to get a screen. Low Priori now. Pass up to Wilson at the free throw line. Kick out far side. 3-pointer is missed. Rebound, loose on the floor, taken by Londonderry. Nice hustle there by Wilson to keep that play alive. Now a shot up, missed. Offensive rebound, Sullivan. Can't get it to go. Wilson, the putback, good and 1. So Brooke Wilson keeping that play alive. Makes it a 10-point game with under 30 seconds left. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. 20 seconds left. Bedford up by 9. Londonderry playing tight defense. Looks like they're trying to foul, but Bedford able to keep it away from them. And now Gemma Murray gives the foul, and that will be her 5th. So she's out of the game with 13.7 to go. And that will just about put this one in the bank. Juliet Laws will get 2 more from the line. She's made 6 today. 70% free throw shooter on the year. Laws already with 13, give her 14, 5 of 5 from the line in the 4th quarter. So she's been clutch here with some key makes. Lead is 10, under 15 left, and Laws makes it 11. 57-46, 10 seconds left. Sullivan across half court will pull up, straight on 3 for her. It's off the back of the rim. The rebound goes into the Londonderry bench, so that goes to Bedford, and that is just about it. 3 seconds left, and Bedford runs out the clock, and they come away with another win as they win the rematch. The 2-time defending state champions get the win here today on the strength of a strong 4th quarter. And they win it 57-46 as they improve to 16-2 on the year. Londonderry falls to 14-3, but this likely again will be a potential playoff preview. They are lined up to play each other in the semifinals if they make it that far. And Brad, Bedford has to be happy with how this one turned out, particularly on the defensive end as they hounded Londonderry on the outside.
Yeah, it's, we kind of, it sounds like a cliche, I know it is, but, the one thing Bedford, I think, in a way that no other team here in the state of New Hampshire can do is they can rely on the fact that they're going to defend. They're going to defend for 32 minutes for 22 or 23 games a year. And when you get down into these tough, grinding, crunch time games, it's just hard to beat a team like that makes it very, very difficult to score against them, possession in and possession out. So, kudos to those kids. I thought the guards did a great job, again, making the perimeter stuff for Londonderry quite difficult. I don't know where Londonderry ended, but not a great shooting night for them, but I think you got to give those Bedford guards a lot of credit for just making it very difficult.
Londonderry 5 of 23 from 3-point range on the night, so a tough one there for them as they fall in this one 57-46. They will have one more chance to maintain that number 3 position in Division 1, and Bedford likely will end the year as the number 2 seed their regular season is over. They will await their playoff matchup starting next weekend. I want to thank Londonderry High School and the athletic department for their hospitality and setting us up for this live stream. You can see all of our upcoming games on the Highlight Guy Sports Network, as well as our past video and on-demand games on thehighlightguy.com. For the Highlight Guy and our producer today, Steve Cody, alongside Brad Craig, my name is Brett Bossy, saying goodbye from Londonderry High School as the Bulldogs defend their crown, finish the regular season at 16-2 with a 57-46 win over Londonderry. Until then, have a great afternoon and a fantastic weekend.